What's up, everyone? Dem Boys back at it, man. So this is going to be part 2 to our complete 146 blocking guide. Shout out to y'all for having some extra questions that really required me to put out a second video. So the first one wasn't as complete as I thought. Shout out to y'all. I have answered a lot of those questions already, but for those who weren't in that conversation, or for maybe if you just didn't really think when I was telling you it would work, it will. Don't doubt me ever. So DB Sting 2 Buzz is we're going to start with. So this is going to be how we pick stuff up like this with an unbalanced line, unbalanced blocking, right? So I don't have any blocking over on this side to take care of that edge rush. So is it doable? The answer is yes. So we'll get everything set up, blitz all, contain. So here's the first way you might see this run. So we do have to max pro, obviously. Then we're going to take and we're going to slide our blocking to the right. Then we're going to ID the third guy in. 1, 2, 3. Third rusher in, right? Always the third rusher in. We know they're bringing them all, so easy to determine in this case. Really, the thing to note here is why this works. The line will slide so far to the right that they will take care of everything over there, leaving the running back with no responsibility. Well, since the running back has no responsibility, he's going to see that free runner flying at you from the left, and he's going to come across the formation and pick that up. And that will be very consistent. It will just really always happen that way. Typically, he'll even chop them, so you don't have to worry about shed. Not always, but typically it will trigger a chop animation. So, let's see that in action. Work just how we drew it up. So I'll show that one more time here, just consistency's sake. You guys know I like to do that. So again, here's our setup. We're gonna max pro. Gonna slide the blocking right. Counterintuitive, but that's how we do it. And we ID the third guy in. And we've got all day against an all-out sugar rush. So I'm gonna show you one other way you might see folks do this. This was another question that had been posed for the last one, and I did answer that, so go check out in comments if you want to see how to pick this up with different blocking, with blocking on either side, because I do address it there in the comments. So again, we'll max pro, we'll slide right, but this time we're going to have to go ahead and mic the tackle. So the reason we have to do that is this guy down here is going to pull the opposite side of your line, the left side of your line, towards him, and that's what really screws things up. So when we go ahead and we ID the guy in the middle here next to him, it really just kind of makes it so he's no longer relevant. I don't know where this double team came from. I didn't tell anyone to double team anyone. So we'll play it. I may have to run it back if that got screwy. Really didn't. They still got some shed though. So we'll run that back one more time. So we're going to go ahead and max pro. Bring these guys in. Then we'll go and hover the gap here with him. So again, max protect. Slide to the right. Mic him. Don't know where that double team came from. This game, bro. Ugh. And there we go. It rebalances your line. So if you don't do that, your line will not be rebalanced. Just for consistency's sake, we're going to show you one more time. So it is very important who you ID in this. That's not just a random thing. That is very, very important. If they get down into this gap, you must ID him, not him. Got to do it. So, rebalances your line, you get everything picked up the same exact way. So enjoy that. I'm sure that'll be helpful because now you're not limited to what formations you can run when you see 1-4-6 coming at you. Let's go ahead and get into the cover 2 sync, and now we're going to pick that up. There's 3 variations of that, depending on how many they send. So we'll cover just sending the corner off the edge. Right in front of me. Until I haven't been in 1-4-6 for a little while. So first, this is just going to be actually the same setup we used with other blocking. We double team opposite the running back here on the blitzer side. Well, we just double team on the blitzer side, the end on the blitzer side. And then we go ahead and ID the blitzer. We do not slide the line. We don't do anything different. We do not need to max protect. We can leave the tight end out on a route. And again, we just trigger a similar animation there. We just want the running back to go ahead and chop. Obvious that was pretty clean. I don't feel like we need to show that a ton of times. Don't need to keep you guys here any longer than is necessary. So, what do you do if they're sending this guy? Last time it was different, right? When we had the other blocking. This time it's not. We're just going to double team him. ID him. We're not going to slide the line. We're not going to do anything different. You could max pro to help pick it up, but yeah, you don't need to. My running back just kind of dumbed out, so we'll run that back one more time. Because it is really pretty consistent. See, there you go. He picked it up. I had to roll a little bit. But that's going to be without the max pro, and that's kind of why. You max pro, that'll be real clean. But again, consistency's sake, we've got to show it. We've got to go for the three-peat, guys, you know. Anytime something doesn't work quite the way I want to once, we always got to three-peat it. So obviously it helps to slide a little bit. Not really necessary. Easy to pick up, but we're not max protecting either, right? So we're not losing the numbers game, which is usually what 146 forces you to do, is lose the numbers game. Alright everyone, so this is what we're going to do if they are coming off of both edges. So another potential setup you could see with this. We still do not need to max protect. If you do, shockingly, you'll have more time, right? What'll happen is it's kind of up to you. Would you rather have your tight end have a good blocking angle or have your tackle have maybe a little less than ideal blocking angle, but you've got an extra guy out on the route? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slide to the right this time and ID three guys in. Three rushers rather in. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's our setup. So you see how I'm not... that's why I talk about maybe a less than ideal angle for your tackle. That was pretty good. We'll run that back for the defense. That was pretty good. So again, we slide right. We ID three rushers over. So pretty good time considering we're not in the max pro yet. So again, if you wanted to have a little more time than that, you could go ahead and max pro. Alright everyone, so this is going to be how we're going to handle it if they send 3. Now here goes my first disclaimer. There is not as good of an answer or as consistent of an answer for this as there is for the others. Meaning you can pick it up, but not as consistently. So first we'll max protect. We're going to slide to the right. That's going to be what we want to do to get our running back to come across the formation. Now in this case, I'm actually going to go ahead and ID this blitzer over here. So we're actually going to go opposite. We're going to count 3 guys in opposite of the way we slid. Now, you can just do that. Sometimes it'll pick it up. Sometimes you may need to add a double team. So we'll just kind of take a look at that. Okay, see, that's what can happen if you don't add the double team. It's about 50-50 that happens or they pick it up. Really. Which is better than them just never picking it up, which is what the alternative would be. But I'll give you a few other setups. So, you know, and really I'm giving you these different setups so you have a few things to rifle between if one's working, one's not. So again, we max protect. We're going to slide to the right. We're going to go ahead and ID him. Then if you can, I would probably really prefer to go ahead and double team the outside rusher. And we're going to try to create that glitch that you saw in the previous video. So there you go. He had to loop around. I had a lot more time. So very similar to one of the 2 setups I gave you prior. So the third thing you can do, and it's neck and neck whether I've had more success IDing this guy or this guy. You know, I would say, just as a rule of thumb, I guess, I'm saving this for last because I'd say ID this guy, just because you're going to be able to more consistently do it. Depending on where they set the other guy, you may not even be able to double team him, so that can be the problem. So, you know, you buy yourself a little bit of time. I'll show you guys that again. But you can see what I mean. There's just not as great of an answer. Or as consistent of an answer, is maybe the word I'm looking for. So again, we'll show it again. It's so finicky whether they pick this up or not, guys. There's just... I told you I'd try to give you something, so I'm giving you something to where at least you're probably not getting free ran on. Usually. Usually. But this one's a tough cookie to crack. I don't think you can. So that was better. You know, that was better, and that was probably about your best case scenario. You are just a lot more likely to get shedded quickly when they're sending it this way. Good news is there are very few people out there that are sending it this way. Typically, people, if they're going to send that many, they're going to hit you with the sugar rush, which we can pick up every which way. Otherwise, they're going to send two, like this. Or they're going to send two extra like this. You know, that's typically what you'll see. So, damn boys, again, hope this was helpful. Well, I know it's helpful. Nobody likes getting free ran on all games. So, like, comment, subscribe. Damn boys.